Okay, welcome back everybody. So today we're going to talk about depth of field. And what depth of field provides you. It's another tool that you can use to control the story surrounding your subject. Blur, background blur, is permission. You're telling the viewer that what's in the background is not important. They don't need to see it. At least, not yet. So, on your camera, I'm assuming you're using a regular camera. You should have f-stops on your lens. Now, some modern cheaper lenses do not have f-stops. They probably have an electronic control. Of course, on your phone, you have to have a very specific app that allows you to control the aperture on your phone's camera. Most of the applications do not let you do that. But you can simulate that using, on the iPhone, the portrait mode. So the lower the number, f1.2, f1.4, f2, the more background blur you're going to get. Also, the smaller the depth of field you'll get. As an example, my 85mm f1.4 lens at the closest focal distance, the depth of field at f1.4 is only 6 millimeters. That means only 6 millimeters of the image will be sharp and clear. And technically, only about 2 millimeters will actually be pen sharp, because there's the area in front of the plane of focal distance and then the area behind it. Now, if I move that up to from f1.4 to f2, that only increases very slightly. Even if I go to f4 on an 85mm lens, that only gives me 15 millimeters of depth of field. So that's the technical side of it. And I would recommend, if you have a camera and you have a lens, if your lens has the parafocal distance on it, look at that distance. For instance, on this camera, you'll notice that there's parafocal distance. So I have my feet and my meters measurements. I have f2 on one side and f2 on the other side. f4 on one side, f4 on the other side. And the measurement in between those is what is in focus. So look at those gauges and figure out where your depth of field is landing. Now, on a lot of modern cameras, that changes in one aspect. As you get further from your subject, most modern lenses are able to focus on that, but you have to realize that your depth of field is changing the further away you're getting from your subject. So you can shoot a subject at f1.2 if you're 30 feet away. Your depth of field is going to get larger. The closer you get, that your depth of field is going to decrease. That's why I was saying the 85 millimeter at, I think it's roughly 2.8 feet away, the depth of field is only 6 millimeters. Now, if you're 20 feet away, that distance changes because as you get further away, the depth of field increases. So keep that in mind. As an exercise, set up your something to photograph. Keep your distance the same. The only thing I want you to change is the depth of field. And you do that by changing the f-stop on the camera. So start at an f1.4 or an f2 or 2.8 or even f4 if that's what your lens allows. And then move it halfway up the range. So move it to an f5.6 and then put it at f11. Take those 3 shots and compare what you see and how it impacts the photograph that you're taking. And that's it for this week. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out. If you enjoyed my explanation, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. I would appreciate it. Thanks and have a great week.